Alright, so we're going to continue with the study. The next study is Bethlehem Steel. And continue with that. 1 second. Alright, so the dates are indicated. I explained as blah blah blah. Alright, showing 1 point movement. So this is a one figure chart, 1 point and 1 point reversal. And illustrates basic principles in figure chart analysis. Basic principles, alright? So we're not doing the advanced principles, that's coming later. Basic principles. Alright, within a range of about 25 points, there were a number of clearly defined manipulative movements with considerable forecasting value. Alright. Starting the month of November at around 70, and without considering what preceding it, there is a perpendicular decline of 12 points from 71 to 59. So it goes from A to B. Alright, creating an oversold condition. So that's very important to note. These conditions are oversold. Usually accompanied with climaxes. Then it bounces up and down in a narrow range, and indicating that the force of the decline has been broken. Alright, so this up and down movement here this is important because I kind of struggle with this. Sometimes you don't know, is it the force of supply or the force of demand? So the point is, when it's in an oversold condition and it starts going sideways, in this case, the force of supply has diminished because it's been spent creating the oversold condition. Alright, now it goes 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it touches 67 times when it begins to rally, then comes back down, and the cause is 68. All right, now. So now it goes to D, which is a halfway back point. It's important to note that a lot of times a cause, it's not only with trend, it can be for a retracement or a counter trend. So the pullback, the retracement, etc., the cause can set that one up too. Alright, not just the base and then the markup. We're talking about a rally, and then on top of a rally there's a base, and that base tells you where the pullback is going to go. So that's something that you don't really see people talking about, but as you can clearly see, that's what's going on. So it's not just the rally, it's also the pullback. The pullback is the effect of a cause at the top of a rally. If there's a base, you can clearly see it. Alright, so now pullback, this thing goes down to 61 right into that base, and then it recovers to 66. Here, its tendency to level off and go into a narrow range tells us the rally is meeting supply. Here, again, the rally is meeting supply. Why? It goes up and now sideways. Alright. Alright, so that's important to know. So now, remember, these are downswings. So you have a rally down, you have cause, you have a pullback to 50%. At the pullback, you also have a cause that's going to initiate the movement with trend. So you got the counter trend cause that sets up the pullback, and then the pullback cause that's going to set up the continuation. Then cause is 8 at 66. Cause is 11 at 65. So you got two. He's using two. All right. And F, it's on a hinge. So then eventually, what happens? Hinge. I think it's the same as springboard. You can very clearly see it. You know, you got the ding and the dong. Hinge. So, the price goes to 63. We have an indication that supply at 66, 64 is coming to an effect, threatening a slump into new lows. Oh. I mean, there's just more cause there. I don't want to keep on writing every level, but so it tagged the first objective, then it went to the next objective, and finally at K, a new phase begins. What is K? Oversold. Why? Because it went down and went right back up, the shakeout. And finally, it comes down here uh, at um, at 48. I gotta zoom out. So it's been supported 7 times. So we're looking at that 50 as a base. The stock seems to be on a hinge. When? At 51. Why? It's that apex-like formation. He's looking for a halfway back move. That's just an opinion that if he says, if it went up here, it should come back some, but not all the way back down. It shouldn't come back to support after it's rallying. Initial support. And he gets concerned right here. 1, 2. He gets concerned right there. Thing is, he's looking at this prompt rebound, and that's how he knows, like, these shakeouts, they're not legit because he's looking for those prompt rebounds. Rebound. But how would you know that in a figure chart? You have to have a time scale, I guess. It's another shakeout. Oh boy, another apex. So on the springboard. And now he's using a 3-point chart to confirm the 1-point chart. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 16, 24 plus 50, 74. Target. What? Again, it's on a springboard position right here. It's about to bust through, that's why. So over here he encounters a shortening of the upward thrust. T. And that says get out. So some demand comes down in W, and you have your apex. And he's looking at this cause. $26 across 64. Ooh. 'So I mean, it does some shit. Over here, a weak rally gives us new resistance point for adjusting our downward stop. So on a 3-point chart, it gave hypodermic maneuver to 70, and then it fell at point X, and it fell so hard that it couldn't even rally 3 points. Okay. Terminal thrust from 65 to 70. Maybe this. Alright, so moving on to the next one. I'm not going to cover the next one, and before I do anything else, really the point here is not for me to just continue doing the studies. I'm going to do it regardless, but you want to watch the video, you get an idea of what I'm doing, and then you want to go read this figure chart study and mark it up just the way I'm doing it, and you're going to get the concepts, and you'll be surprised when you start looking at figure charts. That's just going to come to mind. So for example, weak rallies over here, you see this all the time. You have a break, you have a pullback, it's weak, break, pullback, it's weak. You have an apex, you have a cause, you have all of that. So what else does he have? These are temporary resting spells, small rallies. Yeah. Using the 1 by 1 chart and the 1 by 3 chart, coordinating them. What these guys did was they ran it up to trap the public and sell it at these high levels between 65 and 70 and then drop it. So this was a favorable time for them to run up the stock to distribute in the 65-70 area. This happens today, every day. So okay, done. All right. So again, gotta you wanna go through the study, mark up your chart so you get it. Put whatever indications are in the study on the chart, and then save it somewhere. And that's all. Thanks. Bye.